Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Mika. Thank you so much for stopping in. Today's video is just 15 tips of mine for you. If you're new to this new hair care journey or movement, or if you just want to know how to keep your hair growing and keep it flourishing and strong and healthy, then I'm here to help you out. I know you all had a lot of questions about my hair. So here we go. My first tip is to make sure that you get a relationship with your hair. When you first go natural, I know the first thing that many of us think or we hope for is like the type 3 hair, the loose curls, the really soft hair, but some of us get hair like this. I'm type 4B4C. I've been natural since April 8th, 2017. I was one of those ones that really wanted my hair to be soft, and because my hair was like this, I thought that I was doing something wrong. But then I had to learn that this is just how my hair texture is. And then I had to learn my hair porosity, and I just pay attention to my hair. I mean, I see what products, if I use a new product and it makes my hair feel really dry or really greasy or just feel abnormal, something different from what I would want it to feel like, then I know that product doesn't work. But if it does work, even if it's cheap, be careful with listening to our hair gurus. They'll tell you like, oh, you need to make sure everything's natural. You need to make sure if your hair's natural, you need to make sure that you're using high quality shampoos and conditioners. And I'm telling you now, it doesn't matter. If your hair likes it, use it. Your hair's going to continue to grow. But if it starts to, do the reverse or starts to like break and get really dry, then okay, it's not working. But always start with the cheaper brands first and work your way up. My hair, for the most part, I'm kind of in the middle. I named my hair too, so we have a relationship. Her name is Beautiful. When I first went natural, I didn't really like the way that I looked. I felt really really ugly, and I really needed some encouragement because all the people around me didn't really like it. It was like this long and it had no definition. It was just like frizzy. So I named her Beautiful to keep me encouraged to stay on the journey, to take care of her, and to really get to know her and to feel beautiful and confident when I was out of the house, looking like a boy basically. But I didn't get complimented on it a lot at all. So when I started calling her Beautiful, I just would continue to do that. And then I started to fall in love with my hair. And then she just started flourishing because I was caring for her, because I cared for her. I loved her. So that's something you can think about, maybe naming your hair something that would keep you encouraged to keep on going and to feel confident with whatever hair type you have, whatever length you have. That's just a tip that I use, and it worked really well for me. But yeah, so I made sure that I just learned her, and I made sure I use products that worked for her, not what people on YouTube were saying, because I spent a lot of money doing that. So I'm just here to say, use black products, of course, products that's made for black people's hair, unless you have like softer hair, like the 3s, 2s, or 1. If you're type 4, make sure that you're using products that are, used for black people hair, but also just make sure that you're just not trying to go for the most expensive thing on the shelf, because sometimes those expensive brands, they don't work. And I'm a witness. I paid like $25 before for a conditioner that did not do anything for my hair. So take it from me. I'm here to help you. I'm your big sis. So, just make sure that you're paying attention to your hair, seeing what products work, and start off with the cheaper brands and work your way up. My second tip is to make sure that you're washing your hair in sections. Now for me, I may go a little overboard, but it works for me. Plus, I'm a lazy natural. So just a little bit about that. When I first went natural, it was easy. I washed my hair like this because I didn't have hair. And then as it grew out, I started doing like a little bit more sections. And then I got up to 4 sections, but my hair would be knotted after I washed it. So what I do now, which works, it works perfect for me. I section my hair with these outless stretchies all over. So anywhere from 20 to 25 stretchies all over my head. That helps with the whole process because it helps with detangling and washing and deep conditioning and then styling. So let's start with the deep conditioning. Sorry, the detangling first. I finger detangle. I don't use any tools on my hair. But you can if you want to. If your hair is okay with using wide tooth combs, brushes, detangling brushes, things like that, use it. It saves you a lot of time. But my hair, if I use brushes or even a wide tooth comb, it snaps. Or my ends get like really sheer, like you can see through them. And then I have to cut my hair a lot more than normal. So I stopped using brushes and combs on my hair probably about a year now, and my hair has done an amazing 180. I barely have to cut my hair. So that's just for me, but you'll learn your hair as you gain a relationship with it. So when I keep saying deep condition, I'm so sorry. When I detangle, I use Aussie Moist, and this is a conditioner. It's really, when it says Aussie Moist, it's really, really moist. And so my hands tend to get wrinkled. So I always use gloves. Just these little cheap gloves I got from Walmart. I think a pack of these was like $2. And I got like a bunch of them. So I use those, and then I use my Aussie Moist conditioner. And this was like $4.99 at Target. And I just go through, I take each, like one ponytail down at a time, and then I use the conditioner, run it through my hair, get as much shed hair out as possible, put the rubber band back on, go to the next section. I do that all around my hair. Oh, and also before I put the conditioner on, I apologize, I use just plain water, and this water bottle cost me $1 at the Dollar Tree. So so I spritz it with water first. I don't get it wet, I just spritz it, and then I put the conditioner on, then I detangle. After that, I wash my hair. So this one is tip number 3 and 4, washing and conditioning your hair. So 1 week I'll use the Rosemary Mint Strengthening Shampoo. And then for the conditioner, I use the Mielle Rosemary Mint Strengthening Hair Mask. And then like the next week, because you want to keep a good balance with moisture and protein and just strength in your hair. You don't want to do all protein or all moisture, because then your hair be a disaster. So like the next week, I'll wash my hair with Babassu Conditioning Shampoo by Mielle. And I pair that with the Babassu Deep Conditioner, which has protein and moisture mix. And then after I'm done, I leave my deep conditioner. Well, I wash my hair twice. So I'll wash it first, just with my fingertips. I'll wash the scalp only, and then I follow up with this hair brush, a shower brush, I guess is what it's called, massaging shower brush. So I just scratch my scalp with it all over, still with those ponytails in now. So scrub my scalp and then rinse it out, and then I'll wash it again with my fingertips only on my scalp, and then I run it down the length of my hair so that I'm making sure I'm cleansing the ends of my hair as well. But you don't want to cleanse it too much, because I feel like you can dry out your hair. I've done that before. It may not be true, but for me, my hair felt really dry after wash day when I did that. So I just, wash it, like lather it up real good on my ends, on the length of my hair, the second time. And I'll rinse that out. Then I do my deep conditioners. I leave my deep conditioner on for about 30 to 35 minutes. And I usually just put on a grocery bag, like a Target bag. And then I put on my heat cap, and I just wait, watch some TV. When it's time to rinse it out, still having those ponytails, rinse it out. And then I go into my styling / conditioning or LCO method, which is liquid, cream, and oil. So let's see. So that's tip number 5. So I use my water mixed with a conditioner of my choice, which is melanin and it's really, really thick. So I mix it with purified water or distilled water, and then that's it. I just spray, like I do one section at a time. Still have those ponytails in, remember. So one section, I take it down, take the little the stretchy out, and I spritz it from root down to the ends, massage it in, like kind of push that product in, and then I go in with my cream, which is my C for LCO, and I use the Camille Rose Almond J twisting butter, and it's really thick as well, but it works great. And this one cost me like $19.99, and I'm sorry, this melanin conditioner cost me, I believe it was $17.99. I had to order offline though, so I think I had to pay like $5 shipping. And then this bottle, this is a continuous spray bottle, and it cost me $13 at Sally's. So yeah, so back to the LCO. So I did the L, which is the liquid, which is my conditioner and water, and then the C is my cream with my twisting butter, and then my O is my oil, and I used the cocoa nibs and honey. And this oil cost me $20. And then after that, I will, like, after I'm done with that section, I twist it. I always do twist, but you can do twist. I do 2-strand twist. You can do 2-strand twist, 3-strand twist. You can use these stretchies and do the band method all the way down to the ends of your hair. You can use thread, or you can use heat, like a blow dryer on low heat, and blow it out. However you want to stretch it, just because, especially if you have type 4 hair, your hair wants to like tangle up on itself. So it's just to help keep some length on your hair, because if it tangles up, the more knots you have, and if you can't get it out, you have to cut it off. So that's why I do that. And then after my whole head is twisted, I go ahead and use my Rosemary Mint Scalp and Hair Oil. And this was like $10 at Target as well. I love Target, but yeah, so that was at Target. And I just massage my scalp with it, and then I tie it up. I just like use my scarf, like a satin scarf, and tie my hair up and put a bonnet over top, and I'm good to go, letting it chill until sometimes I just leave my twist in. I just style my twist, or I'll take my twist out and do a twist out. So tip number 7 is to stretch your hair. Tip number 8 is tip number 6 was to stretch your hair. Tip number 7 was to massage your scalp with oil. And tip number 8 is to not be afraid to trim your hair. So when I'm doing my twist, normally I'll see like ends that are kind of thinned out, or that are really wiry. And at that point, I just cut it off. I got these shears from Sally's in 2017. They cost me $20, and they still work fine. So invest in some good shears, and just use it only to cut your hair. Don't use it for paper or anything else, just to cut your hair, and they'll last you for a while. Sorry guys. So tip number 9, I talked about using hair brushes and stuff. You want to make sure that if you do, you want to invest in something like this one. This is the Easy Detangle brush. This is a shower brush. The Easy Detangle brush cost me like $20 online, and then the shower brush cost me $1 at Dollar Tree. Or you can use a wide tooth comb. Again, those can be like $1 to $3 depending on where you go. You can use those to detangle your hair, but for me, I don't use them because they thin out my hair, and I have to cut my hair a lot more often. But I have them just in case, like maybe I'm doing somebody's hair and they are okay with me using them on their hair to detangle their hair. But other than that, I don't personally use them. My 10th tip is to make sure that you're not overly manipulating your hair. I know you want to play in it. I know as it's growing, you want to do little styles. You want to pull it in ponytails one day, and the next day you want to do some quick, some cute little twists and some ponytails and all that extra stuff. But the more you manipulate your hair, you're slowing down your growth. So, or you're breaking off your ends. So I just say, you know, if you can help it, don't play in your hair, don't manipulate it too much, don't pull on it, don't have heavy hairstyles in it, you know, just try to leave it alone and it'll flourish. And that goes into my tip number 11, which is just making sure you're not doing protective styles that are not really protecting your hair, like heavy braids or wearing cornrows to go to the back every single time you do cornrows, and you're getting your edges are thinning out because you're constantly pulling that tension on doing the same style over and over again. Or wearing really fat box braids or twists or anything like that with extensions. And because when you go to moisturize your hair, which you should be moisturizing it when it's in a protective style, or washing your hair, it's not really getting down to your hair. It's just really washing or moisturizing the extension. So that's something to think about, and making sure you're not wearing straight weaves that has leave out, so you always have to press your hair. Don't do it. Just if you want to have a leave out, which is really not protecting because it's going to leave out some of your hair and it's not being protected. But if you want to leave out, make sure you're getting a weave that matches your hair so that you don't have to put a lot of heat and damage your hair. My tip number 12 is to make sure that you're moisturizing your hair after wash day, like every 3 to 4 days. So I go in with the Hawaiian Silky. And it's a cream. So let me show you. So that's what it looks like. I just used that. This was $4.79 at my beauty supply store. So I spray like 10 pumps each section. Like I usually do like 4 sections. And then I do the praying method all the way down. Well, I started my ends first. I just after I loaded my hands together, one hand kind of scrunched the ends and then the rest on the length of my hair, and then I'll close it or seal it in with some oil. And I do that every 3 to 4 days, usually typically 3 until my next wash day. And then my tip number 13 is to make sure that you're protecting your hair when you're styling it. So kind of like tip number 10 and 11. But this is like for people who like to use gels on their hair, or if they do use heat, you want to make sure that you're using heat protectants. Try not to put heat on your hair more than like twice a year, but it's up to you. Some people's hair can stand it and it'll revert back, and some people get heat damage. And so just know that I put it out there, like be careful with it. I have not ever used heat on my hair, like a heating tool on my hair. So I'm not one to talk to you about using like flat irons and blowouts and all that stuff. But for me personally, I say don't do it. But if you want to do it, I understand. Just be careful. Make sure you're using heat protectants. People who like to do ponytails and things like that, I do that too. But what I use is I use melanin elongating cream. And that just basically helps to protect my hair underneath the gel. So I use that, and then I use an oil, and I use her melanin oil. The cream, this cost me like $17 plus shipping and handling, which is $5, I believe. And then the oil cost me like $15, I believe. Same thing, shipping and handling. But I usually get them together, so I only have to pay one shipping and handling fee. But it might have been $10 shipping and handling, to be honest. It's pricey, but it's worth it because it lasts a long time and it works. So I'll put on the cream all over wherever I know I'm going to put gel. Then I put on the oil over top of that. And then I'll go in if needed. Sometimes the cream works. I don't have to use any gel. But if I feel like I still need some extra hold, then I will use the Eco Styler gel. You see, I had this for probably about probably almost a year now. I don't use gel like that on my hair, but that's really cheap. I think I paid like $4 or $5 for that. It's really cheap. But and then like if I want to lay my edges, then I'll go in with my Arcani edge control, and I believe this one cost me $25 online. But it lasts a long time. I've had this for a while, and it's still pretty full. Because for one, I don't use that much, and I don't take out a bunch of baby hair. I just literally just lay down the fine hair, and I just use just like a pea size for my entire edges. And so I don't use a lot of it. So yeah, and then I may use a comb if I really want to define my edges. And sometimes if I want to really get a sleek look, then I'll use my hairbrush, which is not often at all because I don't like the way it feels. So, hell yeah. So that's what I do when I'm styling my hair. At night, when I want to protect it, which you should be protecting your hair at night, I use scrunchies like this. I use 5 of them. I use 2 in the front, 1 in the center, and then 2 in the back. And then I get my silk bonnet, or I'm sorry, silk scarf, and I lay my hair down. Like, I try to lay it as flat as possible, and then I tie it around, and then I put my bonnet on. And I also have a silk pillowcase, so I have 3 different ways to protect my hair at night. When I get up in the morning, it's usually really flat, like laying to my face, but that's fine. What I do is I take my ponytails out, and then I spritz it, usually with my water and conditioner. And then I shut the bathroom door, take a really, really hot shower, and just let the steam get to my hair, and it'll poof back up like this. And I don't have to use a comb or a pick or anything to make my hair big. It just does it by itself. So, but it's trained to do that. So as you learn your hair, you'll learn how to take care of it and how to train it, and you won't have to do so much to keep up your style. So, and then my 15th tip for you all is just to have patience. Love your hair wherever stage you're at, whether it's long, short, thin, thick, whatever. Love your hair. Appreciate your hair. Some people can't grow hair at all. So just love on it, protect it, take care of it. Stop having hair envy, because I used to have hair envy for people, and sometimes people have hair envy for me, but they don't know I have broken pieces in my hair, and that's another reason why I have to use my oils on my scalp. Like, I don't know why it breaks, but it does. I have broken pieces in my crown. My hair is not perfect either, and my hair tangles up, and it gets really dry sometimes. So just learn to love your hair and appreciate your hair, because you comparing this to somebody else's hair, for one, you're never going to get somebody else's hair. For 2, somebody probably looking at your hair and being envious of your hair as well. So you might as well love it and enjoy it while you have it, and be grateful for it. However God blessed you, it was for a reason. It more than likely fits your face. You look perfect. You look beautiful. Remember, you are bossing, and you look good, and your hair looks good, and you're going to continue to shine. Continue to take care of your tresses, and be happy with it. So I hope that this helped. And if you have any pictures you'd like to share of where you're at in your journey, drop them below. If you are curious or interested in becoming a natural, maybe some of us who are natural, drop some of your ideas or what you do for your hair below as well, and give people some inspiration to do it. So until next time, we'll talk. Leave me some messages. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up, follow me, share me, whatever, and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.